is Manager Alex. Now, the basis of every childhood trauma is found in family politics. The basis of every childhood trauma is found in the basis of family politics. Now, it starts with um, when a man tried to discipline his child in the best way he understood, then the mother come and shield the child from being disciplined. Maybe there is something the child did wrong and the man tried to discipline the child. Now, don't forget, I'm not talking about when you're trying to discipline your child from your unresolved self. No, that's a different thing. Uh, you're trying to discipline the child. It happened across board. It happens among women that you want to shield this child from his mom, from his father. Then what you are telling the child is, I am fighting for your own interest. Your father is trying to behave like a beast, so I have to shift you away from him. Then guess what? It gets to a time where this man begin to take passive approach towards the child discipline, and so that's where I blame some men. You don't take a passive approach to issues like that. You have to stand because you are the lawgiver, you are the law protector, you're the law enforcer. You are the one that take the measurement of discipline in the home. Like I have said, I'm not talking about when you are trying to discipline your child from unresolved self. Deal with yourself first before you start making up. Because if you discipline your child from unresolved self, that is not discipline. Actually, that is what they call it. It is you actually passing what they call generational trauma down to your child. That is how we get what they call generational trauma from, because your discipline is based on your resolved self, and that is not good. So now, back to what I was saying. The women try to shield them. Now, the politics in the family is actually being played majorly by women. Majorly by women. I'm not talking about now, well, people who are separated. Even those who are separated, go and look at most of them. Most of them deny their own father's children to have access to them because they want to use the children to get back to the father. Now let me tell you something. Whatever you are doing is not about you. Until we begin to understand this, both of you may have had some issues. Both of you may have, maybe he may have treated you badly. But now, get out of the way. Let children have access to their father. Let the father play a major role in their life. If the man realizes his mistake and he wants to be involved in the life of the children, allow him to be involved in their life. You can't deny him. Let me tell you something. No matter how long you deny him, one day they will find their father. They will know the truth about actually what happened. No matter the lie you have told to them, you're telling them right now. Pet their father to be a beast. Time will come, the day will come. They will go and look for their father. If they don't look for their father, they might find somebody who is close to their father, who will tell them the whole thing that have happened. Because your father never said. I read a story about a man, a woman, they got separated. So the woman went to another city, the man was in another city. But every month, this man will always send um, school fees, sorry, upkeep for this child, buy the child all manner of things. And because the mother doesn't want the child to get to know his father, he hid everything from the child, whenever everything, but unknowing to the woman was keeping record of everything. The woman will not tell the children, your father paid your school fees, your father sent feeding money, your father sent this, your father did this, your father did that. And he doesn't even want the father to come in close to them. So until one day, the man went looking for them. He got one, the fun enough, he got one of the girl. It was the girl he came in contact with first. The girl was furious. You abandoned us, you did this, you did that. Why you? It took a while for the girl to actually try to listen to his father, to find out what actually happened. It always happened at every point in time. The man started bringing out all the evidence, all the payment he have ever been made. This is how much I transferred to your mom. This is how much is what I bought. All the whole. Guess what? The girl hated the mother instantly, and she relayed all the messages to other children who begin to see their mother as a devil and begin to see their father as somebody who actually cared. Now, what happened at the long run? The mother was abandoned and they went to their father. Now, she thought she could. use politics to gain these children to herself and make the man suffer at his old age. Now, let me say, most often time what we do now, we always suffer it at the old age. Let's not forget that. So the woman thought, oh, I will make the man to suffer at the old age while I enjoy the company of these children, while the man lives in lowliness and died in lowliness. That is as a punishment for what he did to me. And reverse was the case. She died in lowliness while the man lived in abundance, while the man lived in the company of his children. The children became to love him, begin to understand that he actually cared for them. And coupled with other stories they heard from other different sources, and they begin to understand, they begin to see the murder as the actually the major causes of the crisis that happen in the house. These are the reason why we always have mother-in-law, daughter-in-law are always clashing. Why? Because the woman want to make the family of his son as an extension of his husband's home. She want to control the son. She want to control the mother, the daughter-in-law. So there's always clashes between both of them because the daughter-in-law felt, this is my house, this is my husband. The mother felt, I train him, I sacrifice for him, and so what? Because why? You are afraid of losing them. Your intention from the onset, what your purpose actually, what your intentions were, begin to elude you. So you're panicking, you want to control everything. And the more you want to control them, the more they begin to run away from you. You hear your daughter will tell you, Mommy, I will call you when I'm through. Mommy, my husband said we should do this. Or Mommy, my wife. So you begin to discover that everything you have actually planned to to get back at the man is getting back at you. It's not it's like a water fountain be sprinkled at your face, and you begin to wonder, you begin to dwell in a moment of loneliness. You begin to, most of you begin to curse your children. If I have ever suffered for you, I did this for you. It's not what you did for them, it's how you want to control their life. You control their father, you take that control from their father, you are taking that to the children, and the children want to break away. Now, I will say this, if there is any reason why I hate control, I hate manipulation, I have seen how my grandmother manipulated my father. My father became a very passive, he's a very nice guy, very passive person. He doesn't want trouble. Whatever the mother wants, he does. Um, my grandmother can tell my father not to buy school, not to pay school fees for his children, and he will obey. Not this person will not go to school, he will obey. And funny enough, my father married, so is it what I married? Four women gave birth. We're six. We're six. Four women gave birth to his children, his six children. Four women, six children. Two, one. Now, my father never had a problem with any of these women personally. The problem they had was, you offended his mom, you will go. She will so, in fact, she will so frustrate you that you will pack your things and leave the house by yourself. Now, my father is passive about it. He's doing nothing about it. And the effects was that both of them died early. Immediately my father died. The next year, my grandmother died. Now, if she haven't, then if you take it back to her old husband, that was how she acted towards her husband. She wanted to corner the whole children to herself. Now she have succeeded in cornering the whole children to herself. Now every other woman that comes to try to take this man, they have a problem. So my father ended up not enjoying any marriage because this woman see my father's marriage as her own extension. Because whatever she will drink, whatever she will eat is from my father. Whatever she will wear is from my father. Everything my father provides for her. But yet, she wants to be in charge of everything. So whoever that comes in between her and my father will certainly go. Even even we, the children, will go if we try to come in between. If it shows that it was that bad. But how did she end up? How did she end up? Now, her younger sister, her own younger sister was a very, very wonderful. Well, in fact, I don't know how to describe her. God bless her soul. She lived at a very old age and she died at a very old age and she was celebrated at a very old age. I lived with her. I have never seen her play family politics. I have never seen her try to uh, 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 buy children to her side. I have never seen her try to bring her husband down before her children. And that is what many of you do. You want to bring your husband down before your children. You want to say negative things about your husband to your children so that your children will be on your side. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, it's going to bite you and it's going to bite you greatly. And it's going to bite you when you least expect it. The end of it is you will die in isolation, in loneliness. At your old age, nobody will call you. If they call you, it's a privilege. Because that moment you are supposed to be having emotional bond with them, you are using it to play politics. You are using it to play politics. Because if you and your husband have issue, you relate it to your children. If you ask your husband for something and he couldn't provide, you tell the children it's not him that provided, or that he doesn't even care about you, that I'm the one doing. And in so doing, you are causing division. Funny enough, you are not only causing division and between them and their father, you are causing division between the siblings around them, because the politics is going to play around your children. You are going to see many of those children that behave like their father, and you are going to hate them for it. And you are going to take some certain one and treat them nicely against the other ones. Guess what? You are creating what they call sibling rivalry. And they begin to hate themselves because you created the atmosphere for them to. This one doesn't like it because this one is your favorite. This one can get what he wants. He can do whatever he wants. This one cannot do whatever he wants. If you need anything, go and meet your father. If your father cannot provide this and that and that and that. And at the end of the day, you have created division, not just between them and their father, between themselves. And Bible said, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Psalm 133. For brethren to dwell together in unity. He said, there, we read that, say, then the Lord command his blessings. If you as a woman cannot actually bring your family together, you see, the essence why God created you in the first place is to find the weaknesses of this man you are being married to, his loopholes, his weaknesses, and begin to walk and begin to fill up those gaps. Begin to fill up those gaps for him. But rather, that is what you will use to expose him. Those weaknesses that you are supposed to stand and feel is what you escalate them. You tell everybody who he is. You tell everybody whatever he's supposed. Who cares to listen? You take care. I have seen women. You see, honestly, men are suffering, but we don't talk about that. Actually, we don't talk about it. Men are suffering. We don't talk about that. Men have become an alcoholic not because they want to. Men have become. Let me tell you something. Let me say 65% or more of men who will close from work and go back to beer parlor and stay at the beer parlor till late night before coming home, not because they want to go and drink. They just want to avoid some certain drama at home. They just want to, because you get home, the children are against him, the family, because you have taken everybody out of him, and he have just become passive about it. Just go to work, give you whatever you want to give to you, and he goes. And that is the story for another day. Please, women, the reason why God created you for the man is for you to fill his loopholes. When he is not at home, this is not the time for you to paint him evil of him to your children. It is time for you to. Now, I have seen families, I have seen women who have actually stood up, not because of what they went through. They have consistently said positive things about their husband to their children. And the children begin to love their father towards it. And don't forget also, if your husband is evil, the children themselves will see it. You don't need to tell them. You don't need to play politics about it. Say good things about your husband. Let the children by themselves see how evil or how devilish this man is to you.